I'm Sandra, and I'm just the professional your small business was looking for. But you didn't hire me because you didn't use LinkedIn Jobs. LinkedIn has professionals you can't find anywhere else, including those who aren't actively looking for a new job, but might be open to the perfect role, like me.
In a given month, over 70% of LinkedIn users don't visit other leading job sites. So if you're not looking on LinkedIn, you'll miss out on great candidates like Sandra. Start hiring professionals like a professional. Post your free job on linkedin.com/achieve today.
Most tax pros leave a message.
It's Jane. I'm moving on to a TurboTax expert who beat your price. Adam Devine, tell him how I feel.
Hey, tax pro, she's been thinking twice. Best believe TurboTax will beat your price. This is a tax break.
Switch to a TurboTax Live expert and we'll beat what you paid your pro last tax season. Make the switch at TurboTax.com/beat your price. TurboTax full service only. Sign up by 12/20/2024 and file by 4/1/2025. Full details at TurboTax.com/beat your price.
This episode is brought to you by Jira. Ever wonder how those big marketing campaigns that make headlines get delivered on time? It all starts with Jira, the only project management tool you need to plan and track work across any team. Every step of that campaign is organised in one place, from launching the campaign all the way back to designing ads and writing creative briefs. Get started on your next big marketing campaign idea today in Jira.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary, not available in all states or situations.
Immerse yourself in Candy Crush Music Season. Crush the competition for a chance to win 3 epic live music experiences anywhere in the world. Discover the hottest new tracks from Toki Monsta, Kimbra, and Lazewo in-game now. Now that sounds sweet. Click or tap the banner to download Candy Crush and play Music Season now. Start September 19th. Open to players 18 older above level 25 in eligible countries. Price cap value and terms apply.
I knew it. Another Herdat Media production.
Hi, LuAnn.
Hi, ladies. How are you?
Hi, Countess LuAnn.
Yes. Hi. We're so glad to have you on. We know that you're, getting really busy. You're gearing up to your Mary F. Kill tour. Are you excited for that?
Oh, so excited. I can't wait to get back on the road. I love it. People are like, aren't you tired of touring and flying in hotels? I just love it. I have a great team, including Roger, who set this up, and Jack and Marissa and everybody in my PR, etc. I just love touring. I always have, and people can see that because I put on a great show. I have a great time, and so does everyone. When they, I say they don't know what to expect because the Housewives never really showed my cabaret show. They showed the drama around my cabaret, but they never really showed what I do because of music rights and all those things. So people come in, I say, drive me a Toyota, and they drive out in a Rolls Royce because I put on a great show. I work really hard at it. And, and I've been doing it for 6 years now, going on 7 years of touring. And it really started, when a friend of mine said, you love to entertain and host your friends. You love to sing for your friends, and you love to tell them jokes. You should be doing cabaret. And, I didn't know it was going to take off the way it did. I'm so grateful because it's become a huge career for me, because I'm touring around the country, but I'm also touring in Europe. I'm going to London again. Yeah, London again, and Scotland this time. Tilda Swinton came to my show in London. And she was like, darling, you do spread so much joy. I do love what you do. And then she invited me to Scotland, and I went.
Oh, wow. I love
You're
that.
killing it. You're
Oh my
coming
God.
You're coming to Royal Oak this December. That's where we're from. So we're gonna come to the
Detroit.
show, and we're so excited because
Oh,
we missed one of them that you came to recently. So we're so excited to come to that one.
Yeah,
oh,
that's
oh, great. Yeah. I'm going all over the place. And I love the Royal Oak. I've been there before, like you said. And you're going to have the best time because, it's pop culture um, meets cabaret, meets comedy, meets a fashion show.
yeah.
So I really give it my all. I work really hard on it. And I have a great director now, Richard J. Alexander, who's directed Kristen Chenoweth and Barbara Streisand, to name a
Oh,
few. Yeah,
wow.
he's amazing. And but I pick all my music because, my fans grew up with me. And so mommy was listening to the music that I listened to. So
Yeah.
guess what? And I take music like classic music like Cabaret, for example. Life is not a cabaret. Well, it is for me.
Yeah. No,
So,
we
I take things like, put down your laptops, your iPads and phones. Time for a holiday. So I take classical music like that, and it's not old chums. It is my friends.
yeah.
Elegance is love, my friends. So
Oh,
I
now
love it.
so I take I take music like that and I turn it on its head. And I tell you stories that you will never know unless you come to my shows. I show clips and videos and things that you'll never get to see unless you do come to my show. And I just love the creative process of it. I get to be free creatively. I get to say what I want, do what I want, sing what I want. And that's not the case on television. So
yeah.
it's the ultimate freedom for me to be able to, bring my show around the country and really get to do what I want to do, which is, I'm just spreading the joy. I'm just spreading the joy. Like Tilda said, you darling, you just spread so much joy. And and it's immersive. People come to the show and they're in the show. Do you know what I mean? They're singing with me. They're rooting for me. And I love my fans because they're my inspiration. That's how I came up with Mary F. Kill. Every show that I did, I would get asked, Countess Mary F. Kill. And I was like, what is this game, Mary F. Kill? And we've never played it on the Housewives.
Yeah. That's
Which
shocking.
is
That's
it,
so
it,
shocking.
isn't that crazy? So we've
Yeah.
never played. So then I went, oh my God, this is my tour. This is my song. And
Right.
then, so it's F Mary Kill, but I turned it around, made it Mary F Kill because it sounds
Oh,
better that way.
yes, it does. And so your tour kicks off in Charleston on October 10th, then another show in Montclair, New Jersey on October 12th. And then on October 13th, you'll be at the Paramount in Huntington, New York. Where can people get these tickets?
Well, I got a lot of dates coming up. Those are just kicking off
Just
in
upcoming,
Charleston.
yeah.
I've
Mhm.
never been to Charleston, so I'm excited. I'm going to
Yeah,
see, I'm going to see all my Southern Charm friends.
You should
right.
you should meet up with
Southern
them.
Yeah, and so it's going to be so much fun. And then they can go to countessluann.com for my tickets. I'm doing a show November 15th, but unfortunately I'm sold out already in New York, which is
Yes, I saw that. I was crazy. I was
that's a
looking at
good
them. Like, you're
problem.
sold out in New York.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's a good problem to
amazing.
have. But the Wellmont in Jersey is only half an hour from New York. So I hope my fans will come and see me in Jersey. And if not, let's take a trip to Charleston, South Carolina, because I heard it's crawling with hot men.
Yeah,
Crawling with hot men. And you know how much I love my men.
right. So we love that. You're also going to be on Love Hotel, so that's a new dating show it's a Real Housewives spinoff. I'm excited to watch that. We know it's expected to air next year. Can you tell us what to expect?
Well, I can't really talk much about it, but it's a dating show, and I'm excited
Yeah,
because listen, I think there's so much more depth in a woman my age as opposed to like the
yeah,
Bachelorette. Not that they're
Hmm.
not adorable, beautiful people. It's just they're young, and I think there's just so much more depth when it comes to a woman like me. I've been married twice. I've been divorced. I've been through it. I've raised children. I've had a career. Now I'm a cabaret artist. And there's just a lot going on there, and I think that's why Housewives works so well on like RHONY. We're like, doing, I had this conversation with some of the new girls from the new cast, and they're like, how did you guys come up with all these crazy storylines? I'm like, that's our life. That was just our life. I,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and, I've fallen from grace. I rose like a phoenix through the ashes, and it was scary to start, I could have took a nosedive doing
Yeah.
cabaret, but you know what I did? What I loved out of the passion I have for music, and I write my own music. Money, Chic, Giovanni. I've got great
Oh,
producers.
yeah.
Desmond Child did Viva La Diva. So guess what? He wrote "Living on a Prayer" and "Living the Vida Loca." Just
Yeah.
those two songs, right?
Yeah.
So I get to work with Bruce Roberts, who and Billy Stritch, who wrote and produced my Christmas song with me. So I have a great team of people. My director Richard J. Alexander is amazing. Directed for Kristen Chenoweth, Barbara Streisand, name a few. But I get to work with the best in the business, and I put on a great show. Which is, you driving in Toyota and you drive out in a Rolls Royce. That's for sure.
Well, you'll see us. So
I can't wait. So when is my date? When is my date over by you?
December 20th, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to do a holiday show.
Yeah. Even better.
Time for a holiday. Life is a cabaret, my friends. Come to my cabaret.
So we do have some listener questions. Ultimate Girls Trip was so much fun to watch. What was your favorite Real Housewives of New York trip to go on? And what was your least favorite trip?
Well, they always had us, in Miami or Mexico.
Yeah.
And, so my favorite, I have to say, was when we went to Marrakesh. That's where, even Louis Vuitton makes mistakes was born.
Yes.
And the Herman Munster shoes. I mean, Jill Zarin in the souk with her fanny pack is the vision I'll never forget. Almost losing my life on a camel, I'll never forget. So, that's probably one of the most, for me, one of my favorite trips on the Housewives is that trip to Marrakesh. And, probably least favorite is, Miami, where I went to look at my poster. I'm playing at the Jackie Gleason Theater. Okay.
Yeah.
Where Jackie Gleason used to do his show. And I go to see my poster because I'm kind of proud of myself at this point.
Sure.
And then go for a swim. And they all had a real problem with that. They wanted their truffle fries, didn't they?
There really is nothing like you guys on a trip. Like that's why what we miss so much is like the RHONY trips. Like it was always amazing.
And it was
I know. So you know what? We should be on Below Deck. We should be on all these. Just send the OGs of New York everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be so great. Did Kelly ever take you to a Ranger game?
Kelly took me to a Rangers game. She finally did.
Oh, good. We had so many people asking that. They're like, did she follow through?
Well, not only did she take me, they showed that scene on the Jumbotron.
Oh,
no way.
At the Rangers game. It was awesome. It was amazing. Yeah.
Did you have any of the guys coming up to you after that?
Well, there were guys coming up to us. But, the Rangers were busy. They were busy.
Yeah. So you recently commented on Alexis Bellino. You said that you wouldn't bring your boyfriend around her. She actually responded. Did you know that she responded?
No. I'm busy. I'm working.
She responded and she said, I don't understand why LuAnn wouldn't bring her boyfriend around me when I'm getting married. Are you surprised that Alexis isn't seeming to understand all this backlash?
Well, why wouldn't I bring my boyfriend around? I don't even have a boyfriend.
Yeah. I mean, are you surprised that she's not getting this back? Like she's not understanding why she's getting all this backlash?
Yeah, I mean, some people, how can I say this elegantly?
Yeah.
No self-awareness, maybe?
Maybe she's not the sharpest tool in the shed. I don't know.
Yeah. And then we know that Shannon Storms was on the dating show with you. Has she leaned on you for support?
I can't really talk about that, but as you know, Shannon is with me and we all support each other as women. So yes, we support each other. This is not a housewife show. This is a dating show.
Yeah, good. That's so good to hear.
You know what I mean? It's, believe me, there's going to be plenty of drama, but it's going to be with the men.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. Another question we got was, what were your feelings about the fallout between Carol and Bethany? Also, how Carol seemed to downplay her friendship with Tinsley when Tinsley thought they were close.
So So, well, listen, Bethany is at odds with most people that I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
She's not at odds with me. She was at odds with Carol. She was at odds with Jill. I think for her, friendships are difficult. Let's put it that way. And what was the second part of the question, Bethany? And then
Also how Carol seemed to downplay her friendship with Tinsley when Tinsley thought they were close.
Well, Carol tends to be with people, I think that, oh God, how can I say this? I'm going to plead the fifth.
I'm
going to plead the fifth. Who's at my door?
Yeah.
This is not with Andy. You can't plead the fifth. I'm just kidding.
Listen, Carol, Carol has slammed the door shut. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
With Andy, with a lot of people. So again, I think that Carol and Bethany should be friends again.
Yeah.
Because they make a perfect couple.
Yeah. Yeah. Someone said, who is LuAnn's social media manager? Because all of her posts have been gold lately.
Well, that would be Roger, my executive assistant, who is amazing.
Hey, Roger.
We love Roger.
Yeah.
And Roger's killing it. Excuse me, one second. There's somebody at my door.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm at a hotel, so 1 second.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Room service.
Right.
All right, sorry. It was first maid service.
I'm Sandra, and I'm just the professional your small business was looking for. But you didn't hire me because you didn't use LinkedIn Jobs. LinkedIn has professionals you can't find anywhere else, including those who aren't actively looking for a new job, but might be open to the perfect role, like me.
In a given month, over 70% of LinkedIn users don't visit other leading job sites. So if you're not looking on LinkedIn, you'll miss out on great candidates like Sandra. Start hiring professionals like a professional. Post your free job on linkedin.com/achieve today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can find options that fit your budget and potentially lower your bills. Try it at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
This episode is brought to you by Pillsbury Toaster Strudel. Make every morning a memory with Toaster Strudel, a fun, convenient, and sweet part of breakfast. Made with sweet filling, creamy icing, and flaky crust, and prepared in minutes in the toaster, oven, or an air fryer. They're the perfect answer to your on-the-go breakfast needs. Mornings are better together with Toaster Strudel. Pick up Toaster Strudel on your next shopping trip.
Ready to start talking to your kids about financial literacy? Meet Greenlight, the debit card and money app that teaches kids and teens how to earn, save, spend wisely, and invest with your guardrails in place. With Greenlight, you can send instant money transfers, set up chores, automate allowance, and keep an eye on your kids' spending with real-time notifications. Join millions of parents and kids building healthy financial habits together on Greenlight. Get your first month free at greenlight.com/Spotify.
That was Shannon.
That's so funny. No worries.
Hi, right? Shannon Badur is at my door.
Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Okay. So you guys probably are going to be talking about a lot. That's awesome. Another question that
wait. Speaking of Shannon though, real quick, because you obviously went through some of the things with drinking and like whatever, back in your days. And so on the season of New York or on OC, they keep making it a problem that she's ordering one drink, while they're hanging out or when she's out to dinner. Do you think that's a problem? Do you think she should have went into the season not drinking at all?
Well, listen, I'm not the judge and the jury. People do what they want to do and what makes them comfortable.
Yeah.
And I've spent many years sober on the show. I did Ultimate Girls Trip, the first one, and inspired I think Kyle to stop drinking actually, because she's like, Lou, you're so much fun and you don't drink. I said, no,
that's
I don't need to drink to have fun. Although I drink now and I drink socially, and but my relationship with alcohol has changed.
Yeah.
And that's true. I've done a lot of work on myself personally, and growth, and I've changed a lot. And I think, Shannon, she she is, in her driver's seat.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that as long as she can manage her alcohol, then it's not a problem. And listen, she was been through it. I mean, you can totally understand, alcohol was invented for a reason,
Yeah.
right? To help dull the pain.
Yeah.
And so sometimes we self-medicate. And I'm not one to judge. And so, whatever gets you through it is what I have to say about that. And as long as she can keep it in check, which she has been doing totally and on this trip as well.
Yeah. And
Perfectly said.
I'm glad that she is getting all the support too,
We are here to support each other as women.
Yeah.
We come first. The drama is not between us. The drama is with the boys.
Yeah. What was your first reaction when you learned that New York would get a reboot?
Well, it's funny because I always, every year it's like, am I going to go back for another season? Am I going to do this again? I always had that in my head. And so, when they came to us and said that, they were getting a new cast, they wanted to do our cast separately, et cetera, I was like, sometimes when you don't know what to do, life takes care of itself, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it certainly did. And, those years we had on that show were just above and beyond. And, people ask me all the time, like even the new cast, how did you have all these crazy, great storylines? I'm like, well, it's what our lives were like. It's what we were doing, and how we were living. And we were actually friends. We knew each other before. So it's totally different. And I forgot the original question.
No, you answered it. It's okay.
Yeah,
Like, what was your initial reaction?
Yeah.
Well, I was surprised. Of course, I was surprised.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I want to do different shows now, and I am doing different shows. That's Crappy Lake happened, because I wasn't busy. Crappy Lake happened because I wasn't busy doing the Housewives, and now I'm doing this show, and I'm still in the Bravo universe, which I'm very grateful for, and I get to do what I love to do, which is my cabaret.
Yeah. I love that. When making Ultimate Girls Trip, outside of your cast, who were you most pleasantly surprised about, and who were you most disappointed about in the cast?
Outside of what? Sorry.
Outside of like the New York one.
Yeah.
Who were you most pleasantly surprised with?
Thank you! I couldn't have completed this project without a little extra coffee. And since I brush with Colgate's Pro Series toothpaste with an expert-level whitening for a vibrant glow, I could show up to set each day camera ready and smiling wide.
Well, Kelly, looks like a little Colgate gave you a lot of confidence.
Colgate Optic White. Find it at all major retailers.
Overnight, Dunkin's pumpkin spice coffee has sent folks into a cozy craze. I'm Lauren LaTulip reporting live from home in my hand-knit turtleneck that my Nana made me. Cinnamony.
The home with Dunkin' is where you want to be.
When a vehicle is certified by Volvo, it's much more than a certified pre-owned. It's certified for that road trip you've been meaning to take. Certified for your growing family. Certified for small steps and big leaps. No matter where the road ahead may take you this season, Volvo hopes you enjoy every moment and are confident in the certified by Volvo vehicle you've trusted to take you there. Contact your Volvo retailer today.
A hand-delivered souvenir, a room decorated for a birthday surprise, an extra espresso right when you need it. Behind every perfect stay at Hilton, there's a person doing that little bit extra. From the kitchen to front of house, there's a role for anyone who lives to make a difference and put smiles on guests' faces. And when it's time for a vacation of your own, you can enjoy our rooms for as little as $40 a night. Hilton, every job makes the stay. Apply to the world's #1 workplace today at jobs.hilton.com.
In terms of different franchises and the women?
Yeah, like the girls that were on the original one that you were with.
So out of the girls on the original cast of the New York show, who surprised me the most?
No, so someone had asked on Ultimate Girls Trip, who were you pleasantly surprised with about on the trip that weren't on?
Oh, I see. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. I was like, was she not? Like, oh my gosh. I was like, I remember, I don't know.
No, she was with on one, and then they did a legacy.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, right?
Yeah, I mean, I did the first original Ultimate Girls Trip, and then I did the one with the RHONY cast.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that Kelly got another chance for people to see her in a different light. And she got to talk about Scary Island. Um, I think that was cool for her. I mean, we got to see Kristen Takeman back, um, who was a great lady, and who surprised me the most on that trip, or um, well, listen, it wasn't the greatest time, I don't think, for Sonia because of what she was going through in the townhouse and all that stuff,
Yeah.
and but all in all, I think it was a great trip.
Yeah.
And of course, I was surprised that I got into it with, Mono.
Yeah. That was a really good.
I'm always in trouble with a boy.
Yeah.
Sorry, but not sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
What were your final thoughts on having no reunion on your final season?
I mean, I think it was a rough season for us. We were filming during COVID. It was Black Lives Matters. It was an election. And we went through a tough time. That was a really rough season for us. And so I was kind of glad there was no reunion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Who are you closest to from the Real Houses of New York?
Listen, Sonia and I are of course tight, and Dorinda, and Ramona. I just saw in the Hamptons. I had a party at my house, and she came. Kelly is in touch. We see each other. Jill, I see. Because Jill has a home in the Hamptons still, and so yeah, I see the girls quite a bit.
Good.
I know you're busy, but do you watch the new RHONY?
I watched the first couple episodes of the first season for them.
Yeah.
And I just the cheese platter didn't really spark my interest. Let's just put it that way.
No, I know. We everyone just misses you guys so much. So
I know. They smelled the cast now. I mean, they wanted a younger cast. I'm like, well, okay, but Jenna Lyons. I mean, she's in her 50s.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I think they should have
that
just added a couple new players. Right.
I know they should have just done that. Like do a mixture, half new, half old.
Maybe they will.
Yeah. Oh.
I can see you guys going back to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping, because it's still not the same. It really isn't. So hopefully.
Well, they're not the same women. I mean, they're wonderful. Yeah. They're great girls in their own right. They're successful. They're beautiful. But they aren't us.
Yeah. No, that's so true. Are you close with any of them?
I know Bren. I think Bren is so much fun. I know Aaron, who I think is lovely, and Jezel. I met them all. Like at the upfronts and stuff. We're not hanging out.
Yeah.
I love Uba, and we see each other at BravoCon and things like that. But I don't get to see them often because I'm just in a different lane right now with my cabaret career. I'm traveling a lot, and and I'm doing other shows for the network. So, I'm not in New York as much as I want to be. And I'm also in the Hamptons. I love my home in the Hamptons. So, my daughter's out there and my son is in Brooklyn. So my kids are close. And they are just doing great as artists. And, Noel's art is off the hook. I don't know if you've ever seen his art on LuAnn De Lesseps on Instagram, but his work is insane. He's a great painter. He's my little Salvador Dali. He's like with his mustache. And he writes poetry. He reads philosophy. He's a really interesting guy. I love my boy. And Victoria's now into mediumship.
Oh,
she's like a psychic medium. She's amazing.
Oh wow.
Have you always then if that's the case, have you always seen that side of her growing up? Because they say sometimes they have this like ability to like know their instincts so well and other people. Like, have you seen that from her?
Oh, Victoria? She's like my therapist. She's amazing. My friends go to her for advice.
Wow.
Oh gosh, that's amazing.
And she has this, her father was like that. Her father, the Count, was, he could walk into a room and go, oh, the energy's not good in here. We can't stay here. We have to go.
Yeah.
And he could read a room. His mother was like that. His mother was English. So Alex is half English. His mother's from England and his father's French. And so she gets that from her grandmother also. And Alex has that. But besides that, I brought her to Deepak Chopra when she was just a kid. And got her into yoga, meditation, grounding herself, knowing herself. And I think that's so important. And she has that. And she also has, instinct, and she can really scan you. And she's really good. So And I think she has on Victoria De Lesseps, you'll see her classes that she does. She does online classes for people as well.
Oh, that's so cool.
I love that.
Or sessions, I should say, not well, she does. She teaches also meditation and yoga and things like that. And she's into Kundalini yoga, but she also does online sessions with people who need her help.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Do you, by the way, I mean, you seem very busy though, so I doubt this, but do you watch any of the other Real Housewives?
You know, I catch them here and there because I love the Miami girls. I know them all. And I love those girls. I know the girls in Beverly Hills. So I'll catch that. I just, I became friends with Meredith Marks from Salt Lake. So I like her very much. She was so sweet. She gave me like a ton of caviar. Who doesn't love who doesn't love a girl who gives you caviar?
Seriously.
Yeah. And I know that you have to head out soon. I know that you have like so much back to back going on, but do you have any regrets about your time on the Real Housewives of New York?
No remorse, no regrets. I forgive every word you said. Ooh, I didn't want to leave you. I didn't want to lie. Started to cry, but then remembered Anyway, I have no regrets. No,
Yeah.
I don't. It got me to where I am today. And I'm so grateful for the time that I spent those years. When I look back, it's like I have a living photo album of my life. Like that house, my first home, that beautiful home is, I don't have it anymore, and I get to see it, and see the children grow up. See Aston, because Aston's gone now too.
Yeah.
And so is Rosie. Rosie passed away.
Yeah. So, I mean, it is for the most part really great memories that you've experienced, and you've experienced things, a lot of people haven't. You've been able to travel with friends and things of that sort. So,
yeah, I mean, who doesn't want to be on a girls trip with us, right?
I do.
Right?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to share your hangers with Ramona, though. Okay.
Oh gosh. But yeah, so I mean, well, we're super excited to come see you in December. We're going to tell all our listeners how it went and all that fun stuff, and we appreciate you coming on here.
Yes, I thank you so much, ladies. I can't wait to see you when I get over
Yes.
to the Royal Oak.
Yeah.
And and I have a lot of dates coming up, so you'll tell people to go to.
Yes, we'll put it on the description as well. To your
Yes.
website, we'll have it on the description, so everyone go look at the description. You guys will see it, and you guys
Go to
will
your city.
So that way they can just easily click it.
Perfect.
Awesome.
I'm so grateful. Thank you, ladies. And I can't wait to meet you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.
Ciao.
Bye.